You know how some memories just stick with you? Like, they become a part of who you are, while tons of others just, poof, they're gone. Well, today, we're diving into that very idea, how the simple events of our lives get transformed into the powerful stories that actually define us. So let me just ask you this right off the bat. When you look back on your day, or, I don't know, your week, your whole life, what do you see? Is it just a checklist? A list of things that happened one after another?
Think about the difference here. On one side, you've got a simple log. Woke up, went to school. It's factual, sure, but it's pretty flat, right? But on the other side, a day that changed everything. Whoa. Now that has weight. It's got emotion, it's got meaning. The huge gap between these two things comes down to one crucial ingredient.
And that secret ingredient, it's the power of reflection. This is the key. This is what unlocks the deeper meaning hidden inside our experiences. Now, reflection isn't just daydreaming about the past. No, it's an active process. A really great way to think about it is like building a bridge. It connects the what happened side to the what it meant side. This is how we take the raw data of an event and connect it to the real personal impact it had on us. It's where all the magic happens. So, how do we build that bridge? It's actually a pretty simple three-step process. First, you just look back at something that happened. Then, and this is key, you connect it to you. How did it change you? How did it affect you? And finally, you pull out the wisdom. You find the lesson or the deeper meaning you discovered from it all. So here's the bottom line. An event all by itself is kind of incomplete. It's the reflection that gives it a soul. It's what turns a simple report into a window that lets other people, and honestly, even ourselves, see what's really going on inside.
Okay, so let's put this into practice. I'm going to show you a couple of sentences, and I just want you to think for a second. Is this describing an event, or is it a reflection on what that event actually meant?
All right, first one up. My hands trembled as I opened the letter. What do you think? Is this the what happened part or the what it meant part? If you said event, you hit the nail on the head. This is all about a physical action. It creates some awesome suspense for sure, but it doesn't tell us the significance. Not yet. It's purely what happened. Okay, now what about this one? I'll never forget how that moment made me believe I was good enough. Feel that shift? This is pure reflection. It moves way past the physical stuff and explains the internal, the long-lasting impact. See, it's not about opening a letter anymore, is it? It's about a fundamental shift in self-belief. And that right there perfectly illustrates the difference. Now let's see how this all comes together in a full story. We're going to look at a short, personal story to see how a writer can weave event and reflection together to create something, well, something truly powerful.
Just the title alone sets such a poignant tone, doesn't it? It immediately tells you we're looking back on a really significant moment.
So, the story kicks off with a simple event. The setting is familiar, but there's a small, noticeable change. We are definitely in the what happened part of the narrative here. The author keeps describing these simple actions. The grandpa pausing, pointing at birds. And at the time, the author's take on it was pretty straightforward. I thought he was just tired. This is that initial surface-level idea, before reflection has had a chance to do its work. And boom, here's the turn. That little word, now, is the signal. It's the switch from past event to present reflection. The author isn't just remembering anymore. They are reinterpreting. What looked like just being tired back then is now understood as something so much deeper. This final line, wow, this is the heart of the reflection. The event itself seemed totally ordinary at the time, but looking back has transformed it into something precious, a jewel. And that is the power we're talking about. So let's just quickly break it down. The event, a simple hike. The reflection, the realization that Grandpa was quietly savoring his final moments on that trail. And the deeper message here? Well, it's that the true meaning of our experiences often only shows itself when we look back. And look, this isn't just a cool technique for writers. This is a vital practice for life. Understanding and sharing our own stories with all their deeper meanings is so important. This idea of storytelling as a way to find meaning, it's not new. It has incredibly deep roots across so many cultures and philosophies. For instance, you see in ancient texts like the Psalms this encouragement to tell their story. This points to a timeless human need, right? The need to process our journey, to make sense of it all, and to share the wisdom we've gained along the way. Ultimately, this whole practice of reflection, it builds more than just good stories. It builds wisdom.
See, knowledge is the foundation, but it's not the end goal. It's only when we apply reflection and a moral compass to what we know that it turns into real wisdom. And that wisdom, born from our own experiences, is what helps us make better choices and, in the end, find a much greater sense of peace.
So I'll leave you with this question. Think about your own life. What seemingly ordinary moment, when you look at it through this new lens of reflection, might actually be a jewel you've been carrying all along? What meaning is just waiting to be discovered in your story?